Good morning, Manhattan family, and welcome back to another new video here for y'all. Right now I'm actually at my grandmother's place right now because we're having Thanksgiving dinner here at this moment. But before I actually go ahead and get in there, I want to actually inform you guys that officially we do have, unfortunately, the Black Friday sale merch ended today here on this current Monday, you guys. So for any of you guys that didn't get the merch, I am on the Black Friday sale. I'm terribly sorry about that. But the good news is, though, the merch is still going to be available for the rest of the winter time, you guys. So go ahead and still get yourselves some merch down in the description. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead, head inside, and get some dinner, and then we'll head back to the house, to my HQ, and we'll go ahead and see what we got in store for our reptile family. Okay, now I'm back here at the house, everybody. So hopefully you guys are having a great start to your day. For today's vlog, I'm obviously going to be, if you guys guessed by the title of it, you know what's going to happen. So even though I have done some animals before, like snakes, and I think some other turtles too. Maybe I haven't, I don't know. But regardless though, I'm going to be discussing you guys on some of those expensive geckos in the world, and stay tuned for it. So we'll go ahead and just get right into her. So our first gecko that's really expensive, everyone, is Lychee Geckos, or Lychee Geckos for short. And the reason that these guys right off the bat are one of the most expensive species of geckos in the world, it's actually because number one, they are very popular in the reptile pet trade, you guys. And two, they are the largest known gecko species in the world. And if you don't believe me, you guys can literally look it up on Lychee Geckos. These guys are massive geckos. They can get like 18 inches long, I think so. At least 18 inches as far as I know. So, and the average price range for a normal Lychee gecko is usually about $800 to $1,000 a piece, which is really crazy for a price like that. But like I said, you guys, it's because they're very popular right now all over the country, you know, and price value has gone way up for the last like 10-15 years on them. And there are different localities of Lychee geckos out there. And some of those other localities of them, you know, like different morphs of them, some of them can cost roughly about $2,000, which is double the price for a normal type Lychee gecko. So, yeah. So, that's obviously one of the only few gecko species in the world that's extremely expensive. But hold on a second, you guys. I still got a couple more for yous. Alright, boys and girls, it is officially feeding time for Lucy here. She's always hungry, no matter what I feed her, so. Alright, girl. Oh, yeah, there it is. Come on. It's right there. Go get it. Yep, it's all yours, girl. Go ahead. Yay! Good job! She got it actually by the head, too, for the first time in weeks. Usually she likes to grab it by the booty, but, well, I guess you could say she's a man killer. So the next species of one of the most expensive geckos on the planet, everybody, is Leaftailed Geckos. Now there are a few different species of Leaftailed Geckos in some parts of the world. I don't recall exactly where their native range is, so but obviously the general price range for most Leaftailed Geckos is roughly about between $300 to $500 a piece. But I think the most expensive species of the leaf-tailed geckos is the satanic leaf-tailed gecko, which I think the average price for them is around $700, if I recall. Somewhere around there, $700, $800. They are also pretty popular in the pet trade as well. You might encounter them whether it's at a reptile zoo or at your reptile show. And these geckos, one of the couple reasons why these guys are expensive is because, one, these guys are a pretty large gecko, just like Lychee geckos, but they don't get quite as big. I think the size for them is about 8-10 inches in length, which is still a good sized gecko. And these guys, it's just something amazing about these leaf-tailed geckos, you guys, because just the way they blend into their environment, like when they try to cover themselves up, like trying to climb. The reason they call them leaf-tailed geckos is because they blend in the ecosystem, whether it's on the ground floor or on a tree as well, you guys. They can literally perfectly camouflage right on it and just sit still, and you could literally miss it. So it's really awesome. I think I've only once seen a leaf-tailed gecko in my life, and to tell you the truth, it was just absolutely awesome looking. Just seeing those big beady eyes literally just sitting there and like the cat pupils on it. It was just amazing. So, but yeah, leaf-tailed geckos are definitely an expensive type of gecko to get, but I think if you ever do have the money to purchase one, I think you're gonna really enjoy it. It was a beautiful day here in Michigan, but apparently the wind really picked up, and we finally noticed something here, everybody. Like last weekend, we had about at least a foot of snow in our yard, and now in the last couple of days we've had a brief heat wave going on, and a majority of the snow in our yard is melting right now. I mean, there is a snowbank over there, but the majority of the yard has melted the snow off very quickly here. But that's only because, you know, we're at the end of November, we're just starting to get into Christmas, so winter is not done yet, you guys. We're not even halfway through the season, but yeah, like I said, we got to start putting up a few Christmas decorations up already. But I think probably here in another month or so, we're definitely gonna have at least another foot of snow or two. So I'm not gonna be surprised if that happens. But anywho though, I wish it wasn't so windy out, because it was supposed to be like 50 degrees out, but apparently I guess it's too cold for short sleeves. So I'm gonna go ahead and head inside, everybody, because I don't want to get a cold out here. So now we're down to the most expensive gecko in the world. And I'm pretty sure for most of you guys that do keep geckos out there, I'm sure some of you guys have no idea on what the most expensive is. But then again, there are a lot of professionals out there. So the most expensive gecko in the world, ladies and gentlemen, drum roll please. The most expensive gecko in the world goes to the black morph leopard gecko. Now hold on a second here. We're talking about you're probably asking yourselves, Jimmy, you're talking about a leopard gecko though. Why would one want to be the most? Why would it be the most expensive gecko in the world? Well, it is true that there are many morphs of leopard geckos out there throughout the world, you guys, that on average probably cost maybe about a couple $100 a piece. But when we're talking about a pure black morph leopard gecko, a melanistic one, the price value of a black morph melanistic leopard gecko is probably about, on average, $3,000. And for a little gecko, that's a lot of money right there just to spend on them. Now, it does depend on the breeder, I guess, who is selling it. But I do believe the average price range for them is around $3,000. Some of them could be about $5,000, $6,000 out there, you guys. But really, it's crazy to think a small gecko that could be an easy starter pet would cost a few grand, you guys. But it's crazy because obviously it's a pure black gecko, so I guess it makes kind of a decent amount of sense. But does it make dollars though? But regardless, yeah, crazy to think that they're leopard geckos. They have been in the pet trade for a very long time, and typically a normal leopard gecko would cost around about $40-50 a piece, while an albino would cost probably around $100 to $150. So, but we're talking about melanistic though, that's different, way different morph. So, but nonetheless though, I have never heard of this morph until now. So, but yeah, if you guys have seen them before, let me know in the comments below. So, but regardless, I have never seen one, but hopefully I do one of these days. But yeah, I never thought a black leopard gecko would cost $3,000 on an average price. I figure I'd show you guys something real quick here. My girl Ellie, she's actually in blue right now. I just realized that. And you guys can probably tell, look at her pattern. See how like dull and more mud brown it looks? Obviously that tells me she's definitely in blue. So I don't know exactly when she is gonna shed, but I know it's only a matter of time here. So probably I'm predicting probably by the end of next week is when I'm thinking she's gonna shed. So I'm not gonna try and offer her any food for a while unless she really is hungry. So we'll have to see about that. And I'm not definitely gonna handle her because she seems to be a bit more hostile when she's in shed too, so I don't want to actually kind of like bother her too much. So regardless though, I figure I'd show you guys this real quick. So her shedding process is probably going to take no more than a couple weeks at most, I'm thinking. But yeah, so I'll show you guys afterward when she sheds her skin. So but so far this enclosure, it's done really great for her. She literally still fits real well in here, you guys, obviously, but I'm still thinking maybe soon I'm gonna have to get a couple new terrariums for a couple more of my animals. Obviously, Ellie being one of them, and Ariel, my corn snake. So, but right now, I just don't have the room for it, so I am going to try and see if I can maybe get rid of a few things in my room here, maybe make up a little bit more space. So, but hopefully soon though, maybe in a year or two, we can get some new terrariums. But yeah, I can't wait for her to shed her skin soon. Oh, Van Halen, what are you doing over here? You're so funny. No, you already had your dinner the other day, bud. No time, no seconds. Alright, boys and girls, that's gonna do it for today's video, everyone. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you guys smash that like button. And if you're new to the channel, make sure you guys turn on that notification bell and subscribe for me, you guys, because obviously, I'm working really, really hard on this content, everybody, for you guys out there that really do love reptiles as well. So, do all that stuff for me, you guys. And make sure you guys share this video, too, on all other social media platforms, by the way. So, nonetheless, I'm gonna go ahead and let you all go. I'll see y'all in the next one.